Hi, I'm Stephen Crow. I'm the Head of Security and Compliance at UKFast. I'm responsible for all of the security for UKFast as a business, including all of our compliance and industry standards that we have to conform to. And we also are responsible for all of the security around the companies that host with us and their security requirements as well. So on a day-to-day basis, I'm responsible for both the security and compliance teams at UKFast. So they're the teams that manage our internal security and make sure the company complies to standards such as PCI DSS, ISO 27001, Cyber Essentials Plus. We work with the public sector a lot, so we have to be regulated by certain industry standards by the MOD and MOJ. And also look after our security team as well. So they're the team that develop and produce our security products that we supply to clients, and are also responsible for the Security Operations Center, so managing those security products and looking at events that occur on the client's infrastructure from a malicious point of view and responding to those from an incident response point of view as well. So the way that we add value to our clients and the companies that host with us, obviously we deal with a breadth of industries ranging from the e-commerce, public sector, legal firms, marketing firms, and they all have different requirements around security. So the way we add value is we work with them on a day-to-day basis, look at their security posture, look at the sort of their weaknesses and how certain vulnerabilities affect their sectors. We support them in making sure that we improve their security posture over time, whether that's through implementation of technical solutions, whether that's through additional training services around, how to identify phishing attacks, how to improve their employees, security understanding and responding to incidents. And that's really how we add value to their companies. So the favorite part of my job is that I love working with clients on a day-to-day basis and really understanding their business and their security needs. I love the freedom I have to go away and investigate new security products that we can implement and add on to our tool set to provide additional services, whether that's through technical measures, or we can look at consultancy tool sets to really give a good assessment of a client's infrastructure and an overview and give them a sort of security rating, which helps their business understand from maybe a more commercial sense of how security affects them. And sort of that continual service improvements were really what I love about my job. So the background sort of certifications I have, I've got Masters in Cybersecurity. I've got the CompTIA Security Plus certifications in CISMP, and I'm currently working on my CISP certification at the moment. I'd say that my sort of Masters has been the most important in my career so far. Getting that really got me a foot in the door into working in cybersecurity and sort of starting off from a sort of PCI DSS perspective and implementing that in businesses. And as I've gone on, I've found that the CISP has been really good, and it's really shown me that I really do work on all areas of cybersecurity on a day-to-day basis when working through that certification. Yeah, so my next steps in my role are as a hosting provider, we obviously work with public cloud providers such as AWS and Azure. And the next steps in my role are really breaking into that field and working through the cybersecurity products they offer and helping to manage and provide those services for our client base and tie them into our current cloud offerings to make a hybrid cloud offering. So we cover all the security sides from all clients' infrastructure, whether that's on-prem, in the public cloud, or through other cloud providers, and tying that all together in one big managed service. So I'd say the least favorite part of my role is dealing with clients that have had a data breach. This obviously occurs from clients who maybe don't have that understanding and maybe misconfigure their infrastructure, or their users don't have the correct understanding of how to operate on a day-to-day basis from a security perspective, and really having to deal with them through that incident response and sort of mitigation phase and get them back up and running, and then dealing with the post-incident effects is obviously a really challenging part. And also having to explain cybersecurity to people that don't necessarily understand it and trying to convey that in ways that they can understand is obviously challenging and is something that's always hard to get over. Yeah, so at UKFast, we have a range of cybersecurity products that we've developed in-house. So we have our Threat Vision Suite, which is all built in-house by UKFast. And we deal with obviously a lot of other tools. So we use Nessus for vulnerability scanning. We use a lot of networking kits, so Firepower from a Cisco point of view for network intrusion prevention and detection. And we use the AWS and Azure suite products that they provide as well. So Microsoft Sentinel to help mitigate and provide detection and prevention controls across our client portfolio. So my foundational knowledge, I say on a day-to-day basis, I use was built from a compliance perspective. So we obviously have to comply with those standards a lot. So things like PCI DSS and the NIST standards that are out there, they really help leverage and get a good understanding of cybersecurity, how it breaks down. So PCI DSS is the best from that perspective, it breaks cybersecurity down into 12 requirements. And that really helps you then build up the foundation of how you can then implement cybersecurity based off those 12 requirements. Say from a soft skills perspective, the most important thing I always think is the way to use analogies and the way to explain cybersecurity to more commercially minded people. Having the ability to do that really helps you help them get a grip on it and see why it's important, especially from the data breach point of view. When you start to look at the way that financial penalties can impact a business, having the ability to do that really helps you promote your sort of cybersecurity posture and grow the company's belief in why it's important. I'd say the biggest achievement in my career so far is growing the team around me at UKFast. When I started, it was obviously quite a small product that we were developing, and now it's grown massively, and it's a really big offering that all of our customers tend to take up and deploy across their solutions. And then building up a security operations center around that to make sure that we're providing a service to clients to make sure that they don't suffer data breaches, and those that do, we're on hand to make sure that we remediate and mitigate any damage as soon as possible and get them back up and running. So yeah, I'd say building up my team is my biggest achievement. For people trying to get into cybersecurity, I really would recommend looking at industry standards. They really help you build up the framework to understand all the areas of business that cybersecurity impacts. It's not just technology, it affects people and processes as well. You can implement all the technology in the world that you want, but if the people don't understand it, they're going to be your biggest weakness.